Hi everybody, it's still May 18th, 2022. I was just going to share my lunch with you, show you what I got. More macaroni, amazing, delicious. Maybe not the most nutritious, but it's tasty. And then, let's see, hopefully I won't get this, hopefully this won't fly away on me like it did last time. Oh my God, calm down. Let me show you this. Oh my God, I've never had this one before. This is their chili dog. What vegan chili dogs? Oh my God. And their potatoes. Oh my God. Why is life so good to us? You know? It's amazing. I shouldn't have even gotten that macaroni, but I guess it'll be good for just in a little bit because this is a lot of food. Oh, I didn't expect all this. Oh, I wish I had a fork. I mean, not a fork, a knife. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Nom. Nom. Came with ketchup. I'll try some. Oh my goodness. I love you. I hope you're having a good day. I have some stuff to relay to you because I am super excited. All right. I'm sorry, my nose is running. I was sitting inside their restaurant and they were frying stuff, so it kind of got a little bit some water on this. Keep it down. So, put that one there. Okay. It's too bad they made this early and then did the potatoes last. I waited longer than most of the people. This is a little bit cold. It's okay though. There's a tiny bit of lettuce in here. Perfect. At least some greens. Okay. So, I'm sorry I'm talking with my mouth full. I wish this would have been a little bit more temperature, you know, like warmer. This is my first time with this one. I'm gonna swell up really badly. Okay. As we all know, I went to the park. At the park, after I was done filming, I decided to walk over to the dog park area. Well, something told me there was a couple out there with a pit bull puppy, a little silver pit bull puppy. I took a photo of him to put online, you know, just because he was so cute. And it was one of my you know, positives for the day. So this lovely couple was getting out of their vehicle and they had this puppy, and I decided to go up and say hello. And the puppy was really excited to see me, and its harness was a little bit loose, and I told them, well, you're gonna need to tighten this up, let me help you. So I started tightening up the harness, and he was playing with me and everything. He was rambunctious. I think he was only about 3 months old. And the woman, when I told her, I said, she said, oh, you used to work at Petco. She should have said that. So that's why I was readjusting the harness to make it safer for the puppy. And she said, oh, you worked at Petco and everything. And I said, well, yeah, but something about, I'm pregnant right now. I think that's why the dogs are really excited that, most animals are flocking toward me, because they can feel that energy of my pregnancy, my mothering instincts, I guess, or whatever. So I was adjusting the harness. The woman had said, let me guess what you're having. I said, I bet you're going to guess correctly. So she said, turn around. So I showed her my belly and everything. And she said, oh, it's going to be a boy. I said, you're right. And so then she went on to say that it was going to be a very special boy that was going to help change like nations, like help others in that way. Not nations, but she said something about changing, that it was a very special baby. And that she could feel it because of my energy. And they both said, her name was Andra. Andra was saying that it was going to be very blessed because I was its mother. And, the temperament of me was going to be beneficial. And that the child was meant to do great things. And I said, thank you very much. I needed those encouragements. She had a white shirt on, and it said faith on it. It was written lovely across the front. So I told her, because after a while she said, don't worry about the father. And I said, it's really interesting that you pinpointed that, because this baby came about from a rape. And they were a little bit sort of upset by hearing that, but at the same time, she got more information that she needed. And at one point, she even told me that there's someone that's very close to me or will come to me, that's name was Barbara, and that she was going to be very important to me. And that, and actually that's really weird, because I was listening to a tarot reading a few weeks ago, and one of the tarot readings online said something about Barbara. And I thought that was really odd. And I thought, I don't know any Barbaras. I don't, maybe. But I just thought it was very interesting. I said, that's strange that you would pinpoint that name. I don't really know anyone personally right now. But I told her the coincidence of having heard the name recently, and that I was hopeful that it wasn't, like she said, I don't think it's one of your ancestors. I think it's somebody that is like living, that is meant to help you in this side. So it could have been that, or it could have been one of my ancestors. So I'm not sure, but I do believe in spiritualists in that way. And she was like, oh no, I'm not a spiritualist. I said, well, technically it is, because your connectivity to the universe and everything, and God. She was spot on with a lot of the intuition that she had. I thanked her. She prayed over me, and so did Melvin, her husband. And I was very grateful to just have that positive interaction today. I was so grateful. And then, as we were talking and everything, they said that they might be able to see if there's any resources in the area that might be able to help my situation, because I was honest about living in my vehicle. She warned me about certain areas. She was very mothering, and I loved her, and I told her that I loved her and everything, and she said the same to me. The same with Melvin. I thanked him as well, but I actually physically hugged Andra, and it made me feel so much better. I could feel just like comforted. And I teared up a little bit, and I told her, I said, you have no idea how much I needed this interaction. And it was so just beautiful to me. And then after this was $14 and some change. can't get some, normal food, regular food for that price. And vegan, is always beneficial because it helps you with your cholesterol and everything. And I'm living proof. If you make a few adjustments here and there, you'll see huge results in your overall health and well-being, and even, mental health. So I had finished up chatting with them. They came to the park to walk their puppy, as well as sit at the park bench and drink some tea that they had from McDonald's. I was a little discouraged when I walked back past the area and I noticed that one of the teacups was on the floor. So that was upsetting for me because I knew it was one of theirs. Plus their dog had taken a dookie in the grass and they didn't clean it up. So that was upsetting to me also. But it also was a park connected to a dog park. So that's just how, I am, where I understand that these people are loving and everything. But I don't know if I can respect people in that way if they're not cleaning up after themselves. But she was warning me about the area, to avoid certain areas because it is a dangerous city. So she was very loving. And I appreciated that they would even say anything positive to me. But even as we text, because she wanted my number, I text her and I said to her, thank you for the interaction. And she sent another prayer over me and my baby and my family, because I told them honestly too how I hadn't seen my daughter in 6 years, because they asked me if it was my first pregnancy, and I knew it was safe to tell them that it wasn't, that it was, I had another daughter. So when they found that out and they realized I hadn't seen her in 6 years, and I told them that it was out of, manipulative, nefarious means that he got me out of her life, and that it wasn't necessarily even my fault. So, and they could see it, because they were like, you're just such a sweet soul. Make sure that you're not, going to certain areas, because I am very childlike, And she told me that the spirits that are watching me are everywhere. And I said, I know. That's really funny that you say that. I'm glad that you were able to affirm that for me, because I feel them too, watching me constantly. I may not see them all the time, but I know I have protective forces over me that some people don't have, because of my genuine transparency and pure-hearted nature. Because she even said, you could tell how pure-hearted you are. And I was very grateful to her just for being so positive and so mothering toward me. And she gave me a few hugs, and that's what I needed. And she was speaking the words of shalom over me and things like that. And I was just very, very glad they were telling me about their church and everything, and how they might ask their pastor to see what they could be able to find for me, what types of resources and everything. And I said, I'm very grateful. I've had a hard time. I'm 6. She even said, before I told her how much I had left, she said, you've got about 3 months left. And I said, you're exactly right. I'm 6 months along right now. And so that was really, really interesting. I loved that encounter. She was very spot on with a lot of it. So then after I chatted with them for about 10 minutes or so, maybe 15, I told them I was just going to wander over to the dog park area to see if I could pet any of their dogs. And we wished each other well. I went about my way. I managed to get over to the dog park area. She even said, do not tell everyone all of your personal information. That's exactly what happened with the rapist, is that, he was able to use all of that against me. So don't share too much. And I told her, I said, I knew it was good to trust you. It was okay to tell you the truth. I could tell in that sense. And I told them that something told me to run that night when I got raped. And most people don't consider it rape because it was gently done, and that I was asleep and woke up afterward. That's still unconsensual. That's still technically rape. So, and then I told them too about it being turned around on me, because I said it happened in Bentonville. And I said, oh yeah, that area full of rich people, blah blah blah, they don't care about, and I knew they meant that they were discriminating against me. And I knew, I saw it, because she even said, you have beautiful hair. I said, well, it's because I'm Hispanic. And I told her my name even, and she was like, oh, that's beautiful. And her name is beautiful, Andra. But, so then I walked over to the dog park. There was a dog in the middle of the dog park. And since I'm wearing bright red, I'm sure the dog could tell I was headed his way. And he came over, ran halfway from the middle of the dog park all the way over to the gate where I was coming in at. But he didn't even necessarily know. He didn't know, but he did know that I was coming over to his area. So he sat there and I said hello, and he was super excited for me to get into the gate, and I started petting him right away. And I walked over, I said, you've got such a cute dog. And that was a lady that was sitting there with her newborn baby in a car seat. And she was a lovely young girl, which apparently she's 26, 27. So a young woman. She looked very young though, like a teenage, very youthful. And I told her that I was just there. I said, I know this is really weird, but I said I just wanted to come into the dog park area to see if I could pet some dogs. She was the only person there. So she was sitting there in the shade with her baby, and on one of the seats or one of the stumps, and I sat right next to her in that way and was striking up conversation. And I asked how old the baby was. She said he was 2 weeks old, and that he was 5 pounds when he was born, and now he's up to 7, and he's doing really great. And we started discussing, like I said, I don't have any dogs. I feel like a creeper just coming into a dog park to pet people's dogs. And she said, well, she's a dog walker, so she understands what it's like about, whatever. She doesn't have pets of her own, but she gets that companionship through other people's. I said I should be a dog walker. So she told me about one of the apps or whatever if I wanted to sign up. But I don't really know about all that because they do background checks and everything. And since I'm a criminal, have a criminal record, then I just don't even attempt anything. That's why I don't get a job. I don't need people looking at my record and thinking that I'm stalking people, thinking that I'm harassing people's communication, that I'm, restraining orders and all this nonsense from my ex-husband. That is just that nonsense. So we started discussing. She made a comment as I asked her, and this is okay, I'm paraphrasing, of course. She had said that she was in between Colorado and Arkansas, and she had been traveling through because that's where her family was from, and that also too that they moved to Arkansas so that she could, because financially, so that they could have a house and everything like that. And her parents were into farming, and something about water regulations in Colorado as opposed to Arkansas. And we started striking up, I told her I was from Wisconsin, and she mentioned she was vegan. And I was like, whoa, I'm vegan too. I've been vegan for 2 years now. Told her about the success of the weight loss. And then we started, talking about positive things about, I told her I was pregnant and that it was also a boy, and that, the different interactions I had recently with the lady at Whole Foods, the couple at Whole Foods that I mentioned about how we are repopulating the earth with more stable children, if that makes any sense, if that makes any sense at all. That some of us are, like I told her, I was like something about being blessed. Some people can't even have kids and whatever. And that she had a very special baby herself because he was a little vegan baby. And so I said, that's so funny because I feel like my baby is going to have that as well. Sure, I've had a few meat items here and there, but it's not going to alter him in that like really messed up way. So I've been trying really hard to get as much fresh fruits and vegetables as possible so that he's very healthy. So even eating this, I had salad yesterday, I'm eating this today. I know I'm going to have side effects like my swelling in my feet, but I think it'll be worth it just for like the flavor. This is okay. I'm not sure if I prefer it compared to some of the other items they have, but it is flavorful. It's good, and they were really busy today. I've never seen them that busy. A woman came and sat down next to me too and was telling me about it because it's a soul food place. So she was telling me about the other soul food place in town, and also it's not really soul food as much as it is just sort of like Americanized stuff that's vegan and whatever. And we struck up conversation as we were waiting for our food to be ordered too. So, and then she had mentioned I'll get to that in a moment, I guess. I'll get to her in a moment. I had some really positive interactions today. I felt really good about it. So, back over to the woman in the dog park with her baby. I told her, I said, this is going to sound really weird. I said, and I feel really bad because I'm just some random stranger that came up to you while you have a baby and whatever. I said, but I swear, I'm just going through my own stuff. And as we were sitting there, she allowed me to divulge my story to her. And she was very understanding, very comprehensive, and she even said, it's crazy how backward everything is in this day and age, especially here in Arkansas. As I told her, I said about me vlogging, I told her about all of this stuff and how, I wasn't treated fairly in the divorce, and I didn't even go to the divorce hearing, and they should have seen that as a clear red flag. But that I was so overweight that nobody believed me. Nobody wanted to believe me because they thought that I was the one that was being toxic. And in actuality, it was because of the abuse that I sustained that I looked and acted and sounded vulgar, or whatever. Inappropriate. So whatever constructs they have. I explained it all essentially to her, just little bits and pieces. And we had a lot of similarities in the fact of the veganism as well as the intellect, and she understood as well about the environmental toxins and everything like that. So I told her, I said, you have no idea how much I needed this interaction. She told me, because I told her, I said, did you give birth to him here in Arkansas? And she said, well, I gave birth to him in a bathtub. I said, oh, so what does that mean for like his birth certificate? And she said, well, I think you've got like up to a year to file for one. And I said, you have no idea how grateful I am to have heard this, because now I know that I can give birth to this baby on my own, and I won't have the repercussions of it being stolen at the hospital, because I told her the exact circumstances that I had a warrant for my arrest due to the falsified rape report because of this military man. And so I understand that even with these videos, more than likely they're not even being published. More than likely they're not even going to where I need them to go, because everybody in the government is keeping a watchful eye on me. And I told her, I said, it seems like a conspiracy that they're acting this way toward me. And I said, I swear to God, if I don't get compensated soon, because this is completely irrational. I said, the way that they mistreated me in the judicial system down there in Hot Springs, and then I was just fighting to survive. And then I said I lost everything 3 years ago for harassing his communications. I said he left me with loaded guns. He left me for dead. And so she saw it directly from my perspective. She wasn't crazy. She's a very sensible young lady, beautiful, didn't have any makeup on, did the organic thing as well. I told her, I said, your baby is such a blessing to this world. He really was in that way, because she is so sensible. She's so knowledgeable. She was so self-aware. She was very aware of her surroundings and whatnot. She's also a pothead. So whatever anybody says, and like, she came from Colorado. I asked her too about the guidelines for giving birth in a hospital, and they're accepting in different states of women having marijuana in their system when the baby is born. And they won't take the baby. So I already knew that I wasn't in trouble for all this stuff. But everybody is trying to feed me a bunch of nonsense to make me believe they're crazy. And I know they're just crazy. I'm not going to listen to you people anymore. I'm not going to listen to this nonsense until I've got everything settled. And I know from my perspective, I've done the research. So, and I used to be so easygoing, even with officers, even, so compliant, so considerate toward what they needed me to do. And I'm just like, I'm over it. I'm fucking over it. Like, I was touched in the middle of the night. Now I've got a baby inside of me. And now what? What am I supposed to do? So I realized that since she didn't have to file paperwork for the baby and everything, that I was going to be safe. I'm going to be just fine. And I'm going to give birth somewhere safe, in that sense of either out in nature or, find some hotel room to take for the evening just so I can pass the baby and have it. Nobody's going to steal my baby from me. Like, fuck you people. Like, I'm done. So the fact that you guys are sitting there trying to scare me into giving it up, scare me into adopting it out, scare me into placing it in a foster care or something, scare me into even giving birth in a hospital, that's horrifying. You people are monsters. I hope you understand that, and you're going to get your fucking karma. So, but yeah. I thought that was very interesting. Everything I needed from God today, blessed through these people. I needed that information. I needed all of that, those interactions, to help encourage me. And now I realize I can smoke weed until the end and not have to worry about my suicide attempts or anything, because there's no reason to listen to these ignorant fools that the doctors even in Arkansas trying to tell me not to smoke. No. We all know I will fucking kill myself if I have no weed in my system. So now I'm completely confident in smoking. One lady said that she would help me pay for some medicine. I'll have to find some way of getting it because my card expired in Arkansas. So I'm going to have to go to a location where it's recreational so I can just pick some up. But that's going to make it twice as expensive. Not only that, the gas that it's going to take me to get to those locations to re-up. So, and I understand that this is all happening for a reason. The reason I have no money is because they're purposely trying to keep me down in the systems. They're purposely trying to sway me into believing their nonsense and their corruption. But I don't. And that's why you guys get pissed at me. And that's why you guys know you can't control me. Because now I'm doing all the research, and now I'm seeing proof through other people's lives, and you're not going to control me like you do everyone else. I don't care who the fuck you think you are. I really do not. The government, all this and that. You are not going to sway me into believing that these warrants exist or anything like that, because that is nonsense. You did not do investigations, and either you're going to be helpful to me or you're going to end up fucked. That's all there is to it. That's the only response. It's your only choices right there. So, and like I said, I don't need to fight in your realm with whatever nonsense you believe with these paper trails and whatnot. God will lead me. God will lead this baby. And nearly choked on my potato. I should just offer the rest of this to a homeless person. I'm not really liking it too much. It's like too greasy right now. Oh yeah. Oh, this macaroni. So I see that you just wanted to be demonic and try to sway me into perceiving things that weren't true. But there are people sent by God to help me. And that's sad for you, because you're all fucked. So, not the people that are helpful to me, obviously. Just the people that are demonic and trying to sway me to believe nonsense and sway others to believe nonsense about me. So the woman in the dog park asked me for my number too. I was shocked. I was like, wow. And I felt so privileged in that way. Just so, like, what's the word? So accepted, so welcomed, you know? And I told her, I said, well, you know, you don't have a Southern accent. And she said, well, my father has a Southern accent. He chooses to use it when, depending on who he's around. She said, but my mother's from California. So, and I was like, oh, okay, that's why you don't have an accent. Oh, hello, kitty. Come here, I'll feed you. Would you like some food? Would you like some? Come here. Here you go, would you like some? Would you like some of this? Or will you want some of this? Oh, hello. Can I touch you? Oh, you're a cute kitty. Oh my God, you are so cute. Oh my God. Well, don't wander off. You're a sweetie kitty. You're a stray kitty. You're a stray freaking kitty. Where the fuck did you come from, and why are you coming to me? Do you have a message for me? Do you have a message? Do you want some of this? Do you want this potato? Here, you want this? No, you don't want the potato? You are just the fucking cutest thing I've ever seen. I touched you and then touched my food. I hope I don't end up with scurvies. Or whatever. Why is everything coming at me like this, bro? He's just chilling under the table. Come here, kitty kitty. And he's just chilling at my feet. What's up with that? What is going on lately? My connectivity to the universe, I swear to God. Yes, I touched him, and now I'm going to still eat. Are you protecting me? Yes, he is. That's really weird. He came over just to sit with me. Because I guess he heard me talking, and he was lured into coming over to me. That is so weird. Why does this stuff happen to me? And nobody ever believes me about this stuff either. It's so weird. Like, I tell people all the time, like, the most random things happen to me, and it's like blessings from God here and there. And he's just still chilling right there. Come here, boy. And I'll pet you. And I'll pet you. Come here. Come here. And I'll pet you. Come here. He's just laying there. He's not even staring at me. He's just sitting at my feet like he's protecting and looking out. What is wrong with what the fuck is going on in my reality? Why? I think it's my voice. I think that it lures people to me sometimes. It's so weird. I guess my energy, all of my life force. Why is my life so weird? I swear to God. If I didn't capture some of this stuff on film, no one would ever believe me. No one would ever believe me. They'd think I was schizophrenic, for real. But I sure as fuck am not. And you're not going to tell me that weed is bad for me, because it's the most beneficial thing I've ever had. So, if I could take this kitty, I would totally fucking take him. You can tell he's a fucking stray cat, and he just wandered up to me. What am I supposed to do with him? Like, I wish I could take him in my car right now to go find him a good home. Like, what is up with that? He let me pet him and everything. This is a stray fucking cat with scars on him. What is going on? Oh my God, he's just laying there like a cutie. I'm shocked. I'm completely shocked. I don't know why this stuff happens to me. And then it's at the most weird times. And I'm glad that I got it on video, because if I were to say that, nobody would believe me. Absolutely no one. Everybody's like that. They do not believe Leticia for some ungodly reason. Whatever. I couldn't have planned that if I wanted to. You know what I mean? My life is weird. I'll pet you. I want to pet you. but you're too far away. I know. You cutie, sweetie. You cutie, sweetie. I want to hold you. Come here. Come here. Come here. Okay. I'm going to put my food away so I can play with you. You're more important. I don't always get kitties to come up to me. Okay, you're gonna come over here? Come here. Okay. Well, yes, I know. Come here. Can you come here? Oh, you're such a sweetie kitty. You are such a sweetie kitty. I know it. You're a sweetie kitty. Yeah, you're dirty and filthy. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I tried to get you to eat, but you didn't want it. I know it. You just didn't want it. You didn't want it. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Aw, you're going to lay down on my stuff? You're a good boy. Oh, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. And people say I'm crazy and the animals hate me and that I'm going to kill you. Oh, you've got so many scars on you. Oh my God. And you're probably full of mange and fleas and stuff. Oh, my sweet baby. Oh, you are just the sweetest. If I could take you somewhere safe, I would. Yeah. Oh, look at that, sweetie. You're just the sweetest. Do we make a good match? You have no home and I have no home? You make a good kitty. Yeah. You make a good kitty. And I love you very much. I don't know where you came from. God sent you to me. I know, I wish I had meat to give you. I wish I had some tuna. I'm going to use my foot on you. You good kitty. I'm going to use my foot. You sweetie kitty. I love you, kitty. I love you. There's a kitty foot. Oh, yeah, my foot on your foot. Your face. Oh, yeah, you're good at kitty. I love you, kitty. Sweetie kitty. Oh, yeah. You're sweetie. Oh, yeah, you're sweetie. Good kitty. Sweetie, I love you, kitty. What are you trying to tell me? What's your message for today? Ah, protection, huh? I know. I love you very much. You're a good boy. Yeah. I love you. I love you. Oh, you are just the sweetest. You are so sweet, you are. You're a good boy. I wish I could take you and find you a home. You're a good boy. I know it. Can you see yourself? A good kitty? A good kitty? I love you. You're a good kitty. What the hell is going on with my life? Pardon me. You are such a good boy. You know, we weren't raised with cats. I was never a cat person, really. But I'm an animal person. So I guess there's a difference there. Where, like, my dad didn't allow us to have cats because they would spray and everything. And they were too messy. So I was never raised around them. And yet, all of a sudden, I realized I'm a cat person, too. I love everything. I'm an animal person in general. I'm petting him with my foot still. He is such a good boy. He's got claw marks all over him, weird, like, marks. I wish he had a home. I mean, a home that he could be outside as well. You know, in and out cat. Those are much happier than the cats that stay indoors. Oh, he's loving it. I'm rubbing him. He's just laying down, relaxing. It's a good day. It's a nice temperature right now in the breeze and in the shade. So, because it's afternoon right now. So I was talking to my friend, and she wanted to be, like, she told me she had a couple books that she'd be willing to give to me about, like, midwives, so that it would help me with my birth. And I was just so grateful. I felt like it was planned for a reason. Like, it's so weird. I feel like some things are too coincidental for me. And that's why I feel like God just blesses me all the time. And no matter what, like, these people are always there to, like, help me in different ways. I can't reach you anymore. I can't reach you. I mean, I don't know what to tell you people. I don't know what to tell the people that have ruined my life. But I know it wasn't necessarily ruining it as much as it was like just finding a new path for me that was better for me and that was more connected to God and the universe. I get that. Everything happens for a reason. I shouldn't complain so much because in the end, it's going to be more beneficial for not just me, but those that I love, which is essentially everyone. So I'm hopeful that everything's going to work out well. And I guess he just really likes my voice because he's just sort of sleeping over here now. He's just got his eyes closed. So, but yeah, I know that I'm very blessed, and I know that I have like certain attributes about me that draw others toward me to help me. And there's just, I know I complain a lot, but I know I'm very blessed at the same time. It's just very hard to live through when you have like the mentality of a 12-year-old, and it's not really the mentality as much as it is like just the heart of a 12-year-old, because I never got the opportunity to truly grow up in that way. My childhood was robbed from me, and through the abuse and everything. So I am very grateful to everyone. I can't tell you how much I love the girl I met at the dog park, and just she even offered at one point. She said something about allowing me over because I told her about the criminal record. I told her that everything had worked out in the favor of everyone else, and I'm not sure what was going on, but we joked about it, and we had a few smiles and laughs. And I told her, I said, well, now you can relay that to your husband and everything about how you've heard of these instances, but you met an individual who's really suffering through the system, and they're really putting her through the ringer. And she said, well, hopefully everything will work out like in your benefit in that way. And I said, well, I pray to God it does. I told her I went to Catholic school and everything, that I had no reason to be so what's the word, where people don't believe you, ostracized in that way, and persecuted and discriminated against, and then also belittled. My words have been belittled and demeaned in that way and manipulated in the wrong way. So she was very grateful to meet me too, and I helped her walk the dog to the car because she had her baby in her car seat and everything. And I just felt like today has been wonderful. And then after that, I went over to I stopped at a Starbucks to use the restroom real quick. I know they didn't say anything to me. I was just like in and out, whatever. Cracked my back, and then I went to the place to get my food, and I had to wait like twice as long as everyone else, it seemed like. And that wasn't the issue at all. I had great conversation with the lady that was sitting next to me and everything, so I'm not going to complain about that. But what happened was, like, the lady there, she was discussing her sons, and she had a 16 and a 22-year-old, and that she worked as an RN, and that she had a couple days off, and I wished her well. And we discussed different restaurants in the area, and I don't remember why I was relaying information about her, really, aside from just how lovely it was to have a nice, she struck up conversation with me. And I think, like, what is going on with my energy today, that I'm just drawing people to me and drawing the positive encounters. I'm so blessed. I have no idea. I feel so privileged in that way, or not privileged, but like just, I don't know. I don't know what's going on today, but apparently everybody's in a decent mood. It must have been the full moon energy or something like that before it gets all crazy. So I'm hopeful that things are going to go better for me. I had another donation today. Thank you so much. I appreciate you very much. I love you. And you helped to support me with this food as well. And I'll try not to spend too much. I'll try. It's just really hard when you come from nothing and then you get the opportunity to spend on yourself and have that self-care. I'm very grateful to you, all of you, for reaching out, and even the people that slander me and push my image out there. It's beneficial overall, because when people see my true demeanor and my true persona, then they realize I don't deserve all the harshness that comes my way. And that's true. No one deserves this much punishment. I feel like I've been tortured my whole life, and I tell everyone, I don't mind suffering here and there, as long as there are times where I'm positive, but it seems like I'm suffering for no purpose sometimes. I know that there's a grander purpose, though, because my story is very relevant to people, and my life is relevant to people. I didn't see it, though, and that's why I was doing so much self-harm prior. But now, I'm trying to work on myself, like I said. Hopefully I'll get the money. It's going to take me either gas money. If I had to see, my medicinal marijuana card lapsed last month. On April 23rd is when it expired. So unfortunately, in order to get that, I'd have to renew it, which means that I'd have to pay like $100 or $200, somewhere in there, just to get it renewed. And then they'd have to, then it would be issued to me again. And there, even with that one lady in the park, she said, I have friends that were prescribed medicinal marijuana during their pregnancy because it helped them with their digestive issues and everything. So I don't know why people try to harass me and tell me otherwise, but I know better. I know better, and I know what's best for me and this baby. And people can keep their mouths shut about it, because I'm doing the very best that I possibly can in these circumstances, these dire straits. So I think maybe today I might actually try to watch a movie or something. I feel so good. I was going to watch one of the free movies online, but why not splurge on myself here and there? I'm so good. I just got a stray cat to come to me. He's still laying underneath the table sleeping. He's loving my voice. Apparently the vibration of my voice draws things to me, which is really weird, and it's actually not that weird, because when I start talking to people, I've been told that it lulls them into a state of comfort. It lulls them into a state of security, where it's I secure them, and of course I am protective. I would never let anything, if this kitty was in danger or whatever. I saw a couple birds fighting each other in a parking lot the other day, and I circled around so that I could drive at them to make them stop, and I would have gotten out if they were hurt, but they were fighting each other. Must have been two males, of course. Males. I pray I have a husband soon. I want this baby to have the security that he deserves, but I also know that if I were to become a single mom, that it would still be a really good story for everyone in that way of, empowering them to succeed on their own, empowering them to succeed through the words of God, empowering them to succeed through, the universe. The universal code is what I say, to just be a good person, and things will come back around to you. And I know, like I said, I'm super blessed. I'm so very grateful, especially to each one of you that helps me and donates to me, or even the encouraging words. You have no idea how much that helps me in the day. And I may seem like I'm, what is the word? Sort of ungrateful because I don't respond right away, or I'm ungrateful because of the actions I take, or because I'm avoidant. But it's just that. It's my social anxiety. I'm very grateful, and sometimes I don't even respond back with words. I just offer them the little hearts, because I want them to understand that I see you, I love you, and I appreciate what you've said and shared to me. And just because I don't respond to each individual does not mean that they are less than, or that I don't love them anymore, and that I don't wish that I could spend time with each individual. But that's kind of why I made these videos. I wish I could make other videos that help people share love and share, therapeutic ways of coping with stress and trauma. So I love you all very much, and I pray you're all having a good day. This video is going to take a while to upload because the other one was still uploading as I was making this video. So, and it took a while because my phone had almost died, and he's like jumping in there. I don't know if it's hiccups or if it's making me need to use the restroom. So as much as I want to sit here with this little kitty for a while, I don't think I'm going to be able to give him any more attention. I pray somebody comes and takes good care of him, and somebody feeds him, and maybe they can find him a good home where he's in and out kitty. I love him. He's a sweetie kitty. I'm very shocked, but not really, because this kind of stuff happens to me all the time and no one ever believed me. And I'm just glad that I'm able to capture my reality on film now for people to recognize, no, I'm not schizophrenic. No, I'm not paranoid. No, I'm not making up stuff. No, I'm not a liar. Here you go. Here's your proof. Here's on camera. Here's film. Here's your evidence. Like, just because you had little like fragments of my anger through the divorce and everything, and that's what you took as my overall demeanor. You didn't see that as my reaction toward their abuse. That's insane. You need to, and we talked about it, me and the lady in the dog park, how they're so backward down here and how they're so behind in the times. And she said it's still dangerous being a female in this day and age. I said, believe me, I know. And I said too, because she even mentioned something about my daughter and how it was beneficial that I would share these things with her. And I said, yeah, I know. I knew that it was good. But then there's so many other people that think that I'm trying to persuade people into believing it from my perspective. And I'm like, no, you believe it from your own perspective. That's why I chill. And I'm like, inevitably, people will see the truth. And people will have to correct it. And if they don't correct it, then they're fucked. So, and I've tried to explain that to people, and I'm just like, whatever. My heart is so big. I'll forgive you after you seek penance, seek forgiveness. I'll forgive you, but you have to make the attempt to change. You have to make the effort to better yourself as well as the situation, and to compensate in some way. So, yeah. I'm going to pet the kitty now, and then I'm going to go, because I need to figure out what I'm going to do for the rest of the day. I was going to try to work out, but pregnancy sucks, and my mind and my mood is always just fluctuating. So, I would like to work out, but it's too hot. And I don't want to get all sweaty and then have to shower and all this and that. Even though I know it's beneficial for me, it's extremely beneficial. It'll help my overall mood and positivity level. So that kitty is still down there. Isn't he beautiful? I wish he had a home. Look at all those scrapes on his neck. You see that? He's just sleeping. He's really loving it. He loves that he's got a friend right now. I wish I could be his friend every day. I love him. Look at how cute he is. You're such a sweet kitty. Okay, I love everybody very much, and I hope everybody's having a good day, and I send my love to everybody out there, and I miss Tara, and I miss my poodles, but I know that it would have kept me confined in a space where nobody else would have been able to get to me, you know. So I understand too, like, having those things removed, and like she said, something about humbling the ego. And I was like, yeah, I understand. Like, having things removed from your life really allows you to step out of that fragment of your egotism. And the ego is a killer, because when we believe we're most important and the things that we enjoy, like the things that we love, the people that we love, then we close off ourselves to everyone else and all of the love we could be getting from the world around us. And I'm very grateful that I'm not just stuck in one location in a home that, you know, agoraphobia, not wanting to leave, and, you know, my mind swirling back and forth. It was very toxic for me. So sitting around in the same dwelling. So the fact that I lost everything was actually a blessing in itself, a blessing in disguise. I do suffer every day. I sleep in the car and I'm scared for my life, but at the same time I'm not, because I know God's got my back. So regardless of whatever happens to me, I'm still blessed, because at least my life will be out there. And like, I get encouragements from other women that say, non-toxic women, that understand that it's very beneficial to share this with my daughter. It's beneficial that she understands why I was removed from her life for no goddamn reason. So, no good reason. Instead, it was a bunch of toxic reasons that weren't even, rational, weren't real, weren't truthful, you know? I'm sorry, I'm at a loss for words. I think it's this kitty. It's got me going like, I just want to pet the kitty. He's filthy, but I'm gonna pet him anyway. He deserves it. And then I'll just go wash my hands or put some sanitizer on, because I know that he could probably carry some diseases that other pets don't. Cats harbor some of that. I don't know. Gross. That's one of the reasons why I didn't really want kitties, because of like the fact that you're not supposed to be around their poop when you're pregnant. So if they've got that amount of toxins in their body, that's not good. So I'm just surprised he's not black. He's not a black cat. Although black cats are lucky in some countries. So in some cultures. So anyway, I love everybody very much, and I hope that you're doing well today. I hope that you've stayed hydrated, and that you've stayed either warm or cool, or some temperate existence in between, and that you've gotten exercise as well. I did a little bit of walking today. That was about it. I should do something else and keep myself moving and motivated. And that you've eaten a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables when you can, because that'll help your overall health and well-being. So I just pray everybody's getting all the self-care that they need and deserve, and that you're doing the same for your loved ones. And I hope everybody's doing well today. I love you. Today is May 18th, 2022. Leticia Collins Servin. Bye-bye.